Welcome to the Crack of Dawn. I'm Dawn Lombardi, your hostess for the night. So excited. My guest is another art teacher, but you know what? She's not here, so we don't care. We're gonna wing it and we're gonna do something different. We were gonna do like Battle of the Art Teachers because, you know, not all art teachers paint. And maybe she does ceramics, I don't know. Maybe she does illustration. It could be all sorts of stuff. But since I'm a painter, I thought it would be fun to have a paint-off. Not necessarily who's better, because that's kind of mean, but I thought it would be fun to have another art teacher talk about our experiences as an art teacher. I know if I wanted to be a teacher this day and age, I don't want scissors and glue and paint with 25 kids. It's too hard. It's messy, it's dangerous. You know, I like the gym teacher. You don't have to worry about what you're wearing. You don't even have to take a shower, you know what I'm saying? And then you get a big old whistle, and that thing, if you blow it loud enough, you know, people will look and stare at you for a while. Here comes Tyler rolling in. I see him. Hi, Tyler. He's our camera guy, and Joe. So what we're gonna do is, about 5 seconds ago, Lauren, my guest, and I were talking, and she's like, I don't think I'm gonna make it down there on time. I'm like, don't worry about it, Lauren. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do something different. So I just got back from the senior center. Oh, I love the seniors. It's a break for me with my other job in Hartford, even though I love y'all at Jamoki. Hi, kids. Some of you are watching. I love it. I'm so excited. And if you watch more and more, you'll get better during my class. So what I was doing the last time, my chicken, I didn't bring it. It's okay. It's in my kitchen, but I don't like the colors. So I thought, you know what? Let me Mod Podge a couple more things. And what I did is I Mod Podged some with music on the back. Now, are you gonna put a rooster on music? No. That's like putting a woodpecker on the music. You know, the rooster's annoying. And the woodpecker, we have them, you know, on the side of our house, of course. Peck, 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 all day long. And then we have the mice, you know, and those are running around. But I'm gonna get a fake owl, you know, put them on my fridge. Joanne bought one. Rick told her to. So the music is very pretty, and if you put a songbird on it, so I was looking up songbirds, and I found a mourning dove. And it's okay, you know, it's not great. It's probably a 5 or 10 minute painting that I did at the senior center today, but I think I would pick a brighter songbird. The mourning dove, believe me, it's not done. I know it doesn't look great, but I'm gonna make it look great, and it's gonna look great. So I'll put that on hold, and we'll do a songbird, another episode. My rooster. I teach at the senior center in Bristol, Stafford Ave. So fun. Probably the best senior center I've been to. I love it. Not that I'm hanging around senior centers all the time, but I do like older people. Older people are smarter than younger people. Of course they are. So I like to hang out with older people because they have a little bit more knowledge than I do, and I like that. Risa, she is in my senior class, the beginner's class. This was sitting in front of her, just sitting on the table. I said, oh, look, maybe we can paint this rooster. I thought it was a piece of paper from a calendar. So this is Risa's chicken, and she's in the beginner's class. So anybody out there that wants to take a class at the senior center, I think you just pay a little bit more if you like a different town better. I'm not sure. But you like the Farmington better than the Bristol, and you live in Bristol, then you might have to pay $5 more. I mean, that's just the way it works. When we go ice skating at Veterans Memorial in West Hartford, you know, I'm not gonna lie and say I'm from West Hartford to save a dime, but you could, but I don't. So what we're gonna do today, this is gonna be a quick painting because Lauren, maybe she'll show up for the next episode and we'll do a teacher, art teacher, whatever, face-off or whatever you call it. So what we're gonna do today, it's a pretty easy painting. I painted on paper. This one lady goes, painting on paper? Is that even normal? I said, I don't know, but I did it and it worked. You probably don't want to paint on paper. You can. Usually you gesso the painting, the paper first with this white stuff. Okay, back of the painting is tan, front is white. So you gesso it first. A windmill is just like a lighthouse. So it starts big and it goes up and it gets smaller on the top. So I'll show you how to do that, and I'm gonna do it really quick. And I don't know if you're gonna have to switch cameras or you want me to do it this way, but we'll figure it out. So what I'm gonna do is I brought a pen because I forgot a pencil. I can't believe it. And Joe will be able to focus in on here because he can see. I don't wanna block my painting like I always do. So as you can see, this is perspective, and we have a horizon line. The horizon line separates the sky from the land. Now I'm working with a square. What you want to do is, this is a rectangle, It's not the end of the world, but you know what? I can draw much better if I make this into a square, because then all I have to do is match it. I got rid of a windmill, yeah, but it's okay, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna draw the horizon line first, and I'm gonna just push that back so you can see it a little better. Okay, and the horizon line is, again, where the sky mixes. Sky meets the land. And then you got some trees that are gonna go above it. I think you can see it. Whoops, sorry. I think you can see it pretty good. And we're gonna put the trees. Those go around like this, not a big deal. And the windmills, I'll do the perspective, the line, I think it's called a moat, but they might be called canals. I think they're canals. So the canal always goes with the windmills because that's where they get all their energy from, is the water. So it's gonna go big and it's gonna get littler, smaller in the background, and then it's gonna come out. So just like when you're doing a road that's far away. The windmill, it's just like a lighthouse. Start with a smiley face on the bottom. There's one there, and there's one a little bigger. I'm gonna have this one going off the page a little. So start with a little smiley face like that. A little smiley face, like one of these. And then both the sides are gonna go up, but they're gonna get a little smaller as they go up. And on the top of it is some kind of ball or whatever that is, okay? That's there somewhere. So that's just a half a circle. Then I'm gonna go, oh yeah, we can't see, so I'm gonna go a little taller. This is just a Bic pen. Everybody, oh, you can draw with Bic and paint over it? I don't know. You know, all artists will do what they have to, just like a mother, and it's gonna be Mother's Day. You do whatever you can for your child. Happy Mother's Day. I love it. So we're gonna put the other windmill, it's gonna be a little bigger, so the top of them will go here. Just like when Eleanor Carpenter and I were painting the tic-tac-toe palm trees. The windmill is just an X. So no tic-tac-toe, just tic-tac or just an X. This one's gonna be a little bigger. There's something on the back of the windmill. It's so weird. I don't know what it is, but you know what it looks like? It looks like a fork that you eat dinner with, and then it connects here and it goes down into the ground. It's the craziest thing. So it's like a fork, and then something that goes down there. I don't know what it is, but I've been to Amsterdam. Look I just got something all over my pretty picture. It must have been on the back of this. Yes, when it fell over, see that? So paint can be very messy. And then if it gets messy like this, you know, you can wipe it off like this. This stuff happens. So just because it's messy, this is probably why I don't use oil paints as much anymore, because that would be everywhere, all over everything. So it's a little bit easier with these. Now my colors are very boring. They're pretty much like when you go to Cape Cod. The colors are very pretty at Cape Cod, but you could blindfold me, drive me to Cape Cod and say, Dawn, where are you? Even if they told me I was on an airplane, I'd still know I was in Cape Cod. I can tell by the colors. In Maine, the water's a little darker, darker blue. So what I'm gonna do here is, thank you, Marta. Marta is my neighbor, she just moved. I miss her, oh, but I don't miss her plates. She gave me her entire collection of dinner plates, and I couldn't find a palette on my way out, so I grabbed one of her dinner plates, and I'll just wash it off later. You can't dye from the acrylic paint, and I'll rinse it off super good. I've got my Dixie cup. Was painting down at the softball games the other day. It was so fun. I brought my daughter's friend, Gina, and I'll show you her painting in a minute. And we were painting the games. It's so fun. So for the Cape Cod colors, you need, I have a bunch of colors here, but I have a French ultramarine, which is the darker blue. I have a cerulean blue, which is the lighter blue. Not my favorite blue here, because these are cheap paints. They're from Ocean State. I love them. You want to go expensive, go down to Blick. Sorry, it's just Blick now. Go down to Blick. I love it in there. And Bob was there when I was there. He was hanging out. People are taking selfies with Bob, my boyfriend, in the store with Bob Ross. It's crazy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start by adding some paint. I have 3 new brushes. When I go to Dick Blick, I go straight for these blue ones because there's so many brushes, it's very hard to pick. So I go for these ones, and they're cheap. And if I lose them or break them or something, it doesn't matter. Now I'm gonna do my background first, which is my sky. So what I'm gonna do is dip this brush in. Look, I already got it on me. I never get it on me. It's from this. See what I mean? I never get paint on my clothes, and I just did. So I think it'll come out because it's not oil, but usually I don't get anything on my outfits. And Nicole Miller, if you send me more outfits, I promise I'll be careful. So I'm gonna dip that in here and wash it off. I'm gonna look for a bluish, whitish sky. Okay, so people say, what's bluish, whitish? It's whitish and bluish. So I'm just gonna grab a color here, and I don't really need that anymore because I can see it. You can't, but you'd probably rather see me mixing colors. I know a lot of people are saying, we can't see you mixing. This is easier because I've got this great plate, and it's not Dixie, so it's better. So I'm making a blue, really any kind of blue, it's okay. Throw it on there. Leave some room for some clouds. Now, the reason why I'm talking so much, because this is so easy. That's what I said about the chicken, though, remember? So, yeah, let's see. We were going to talk, I was going to tell you about a couple things I was doing over the break here. We film every 2 weeks. We're waiting. Coachy's coming on. Joe, my camera guy, he's going to come on. Kat Under the Mountain, Kat, my director, fantastic. She's going to have a new show. I think it's going to be something about taking care of yourself, anywhere, be good to yourself, something like that. That'll be an interesting show to watch because, you know, being around seniors all the time on Thursdays, we're all wondering, like, what do we do to live longer? And some people don't want to live that long. It depends. It's quality of life, you know, it really is. So that's my life in a nutshell. I'm quality of life. I don't really let things bother me anymore. You're the backbone, 47, but now I'm 48. I'm sorry, 58. It's been a while. So I'm going to throw in this color, okay? We're going to leave some for clouds. We're going to go all the way down, and don't worry about these lines. You know, I always say every painting's a little different for me, so I'm using kind of a dry brush. Watch when I add water. When I add water, it all moves around a little bit easier. So when people say, oh, what's a dry brush? Dry brush is using the paint with not a lot of water, and a wet brush will move it around. But I want a dry brush because I want those clouds to kind of come through. Now, the green. It's a yellowy green. People say, what kind of, how do I make that? Yellow and green, try it. If it's not a great green, try adding some brown. Remember, your secondary colors will make brown, so purple and yellow, red and green, blue and orange. They won't make the perfect brown you're looking for, but they'll make something to base off your thing. So what I'm gonna do is do a yellowish green. So I'm taking the green and the yellow, mixing it together. Remember, blue and yellow make green, so to add your blue in there, that's not a big deal because they make green anyway. I don't like that color green. It doesn't look real. Well, it matches, but no, it doesn't look real. See? I just painted it right on the paper. It's too bright, too bright. So what I'm gonna do is dull it down with some brown. Again, you can use red to dull it down. I'm using brown. I don't know if I like that color either. Maybe I'll add some more yellow. Sometimes you have to just mess around with it. Here's some yellow ochre. Maybe I'll try some brown there. I'm getting it. A little more yellow and a lot more white. And pretty much soon I got it. There it is. That's what I'm looking for. So I'm going to put that around. Remember to paint your sides and leave it kind of choppy like this, because when you leave it choppy, that little space right there can be another color to green, and that's how you make your painting look real. So we're going to throw that around over here. I should have put my blue in because while I have the blue, I could have made the water, because the water's a reflection of the sky. Or is it the other way? I think it is. I do get things mixed up every now and then. I've been trying to write down my inventions. I was just trying to write them down now so I could tell you about them. I have these great inventions. One of them was a long time ago. I think I told you I was on with Joan Rivers. She's long gone, but I love Joan, and I happened to be the caller. Joan Rivers, who is this? I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Dawn Lombardi. She's like, honey, what would be your invention? And I had it all planned out. I said, hello, it would be a hairdryer holder that you could put your hairdryer in the bathroom and do your hair with two hands like the hairdresser does. And I've seen them. I've seen them at hotels. They come out with a big claw. But when I do my hair, I was telling Gino at the gallery, and Gino, if you beat me to it, I'm going to go to Lowe's. I'm going to try to find some screws and bolts so that I can sell this thing and make it, because women would love it. Even dudes would love it, because I know my husband spends a lot of time on his hair lately as he's been getting older. More hair products. So remember, you know, that's a good thing, is the hairdryer holder. Another invention, earrings that have an elastic band around the back. Look at that. Instant facelift. See that? I pull an earring, make it into an elastic, goes around the back. I mean, I've got some great ideas. So let's go back. What I'm going to do is I'm pulling up this again. I'm doing the same color green. Get my palette out here. Okay? Couple inventions. It is the way to go. Or trade school. If my son or daughter goes back to trade school, I might go with them. I might go with them. I'll go with them and be a plumber. I mean, people pick up their own dog's messes and, you know, don't have a problem with it. And when you're a plumber, you wear the hazmat suit, whatever you have to get away from that stuff. And then you go home at the end of the day, you got some money, don't have much problems to worry about, I don't think. But I don't know. It'd be great if I could get a plumber on here, and then I'll have my son as the guest, and we can look over all that stuff, and we can see how great it would be for him. Even my daughter, plumber girl, it's great. Reverse the role a little bit. Have some ladies running the plumbing. Ooh, would be great. So again, mixing this. I don't think we'll go into another episode, but I know I'm blabbing a lot, but I like to. So I'm putting this here. We're just separating our space, just so we have a landscape. I'm going to go back in with my blue. I love it. Okay. And back in with my blue here. And I'm just going to mix it on this plate. Even my kids at school, they'll grab anything. They're like, Mrs. Lombardi, can we use this? And I'm like, oh, yeah. Yeah. I let them all paint. I have a lot of fun with the kids in the paint, and I'm pretty good with controlling it. Although my classroom management isn't that great, it's okay. And you just have to care. That's all. I love it. I love it. So I'm going to make this water. It's going to be matching my sky, and that's going to go on my moat right here. Okay, does it have to be perfect? No. And I'm going to let some of it show white, because that's where it will look like real water, sort of. Now, my lighthouse. It's a brownish, greenish, blackish. So what do you do with that? Mix the brownish, greenish, blackish. It's perfect. It works like a charm. So I do brownish, blackish, greenish. What did I say? Blackish, greenish, brownish. I do have brown, I think. No, I don't think I do. So I'm going to take this color, trying to make a muddy kind of color for my lighthouse. And this one matches pretty good. And I'll show you how I do that. Hopefully I can't get anything on Reese's chicken. So again, you can paint right on here and match it. And it's pretty close. So I'm going to match it, and I'm not putting that on Reese's chicken. Ooh, that would be bad. Okay, sorry, Risa. I would never do that, and I would fix it. So anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in those, I got to look at them again. I always need something to look at. Not always. Once I do a lighthouse or a windmill, I mean, I could definitely do another one. But when I first do something, I'm adding a little bit more black, because I want a little bit change in, little bit different colors in here. So I'm going to put in this light greenish, brownish black, and I'm going to paint that whole thing in. Paint the top. Then you're going to do another one. Again. And you know, these take quick. Take your time on these, and you would be surprised how great you really can do these. I mean, we couldn't believe it today at the senior center. I can't even believe it. They're so good. Eleanor did a great one today. We got a new guy. I was down at Ocean State chatting with Coachy, and this guy was in the art aisle. And you know what? I got him to sign up for the senior center. I can't believe it. His name was Dave. Hi, Dave. I love Dave. Dave had a Lenny and Joe's shirt on. And I was like, Dave, I painted that carousel at Lenny and Joe's with my 4th graders, I think they were. And it's still there. I don't know if they erased all the paintings, but the side of that carousel was my students, because that's how good of a teacher I am. I get out into the community, and I don't just hang the art in the school. I go out. So like, for instance, in Hartford, our artwork is hanging at McDonald's. Can you believe it? At Albany Avenue. I called the owner. I got it all straightened out. I went in. Normally, corporations will not let you hang anything, like especially kids' art. So thank you, Mr. Hassan, for letting us hang our artwork at Jamoki on Blue Hills Avenue, Albany Avenue. And I go right in there. I love it. But the coffee in Albany Avenue is not $1. Why? Why in Bristol is it $1 for a soda, a coffee, any size? But in in McDonald's in Hartford, I say, it was a little bit more. I don't know why. Sometimes I do my grocery shopping there. It's cheaper. So things change. It's so weird. I can't figure out that stuff. I try to. So the black windmill. I'm going to make this black, but not perfectly black. So I'm going to go black, and I'm going to mix it in with some of this old color that I have here. I'm going to move the rooster, because I do not want to wreck the rooster. And we probably have only a little bit of time left, and it goes by so fast. It's so fun. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to do a little black mixed with a little of this other stuff, and I'll show you. That's okay if that gets on it, because I don't care. So I'll show you what happens when you do a little bit of black and just mix it in with your other bluish stuff that you did before. It's like that. Perfect. And then we have about 4 minutes left. I think I can do this in 4 minutes. I really do. So let's do our X's. 1X, 2x, I got over that. Oh my gosh. So this reminds me, again, that's not straight. Should it be? Yeah, but you know, it's okay. I'm doing this all with one brush. And then it has these little things that go like this. Now, if I painted that perfectly, would it be perfect? Yes, I'm not though. And I forgot to do my clouds. So sometimes I'll go back. I don't mind it like that. But sometimes you can go back. Just don't make your clouds super, super thick because the clouds are supposed to be in the background. So you don't want them coming through everywhere. But I'm gonna throw, sometimes clouds are gray, so you can throw in some gray in there. Might look a little bit more real if you throw some of that in there. Not sure really. I just throw it around until it looks good. But I'm gonna finish doing the drawing because you know what? I think the next episode, we're gonna film 2 tonight. I'm gonna be wearing the same thing. I wish I brought something else, but that's okay. I'll reapply the lipstick. I got new mascara, $21. Oh, but that's okay. So I'm gonna make another line here. And again, these are, I found my Zennies, Eric, and they're great. They're way better than these. But people like this look. I don't know why. On my show, they like it. Then it has like a little window or something here, and then there's one over here. I don't know what it is. And then there's that fork thing off the back that kind of shoots into the ground. It must be propelling these things. So again, you can do a windmill. I recommend using a picture. Not my picture, but use a picture that you like of the windmills. I don't like that fork thing that's going on the back, but I'm gonna leave it. They have some sort of little, just like a windmill, it has a little like housey kind of thing there, a little window or whatever that is. And then there's, I'm gonna put another one down here. I don't really know what it is. And then these you can do with one brush or you can wipe them in. I'm just using the top of my brush as a pencil. So I'm gonna go in like this and put in that one, go right over the other one. And then I'll add a couple little tricks just so you see. I'll put a shadow under that one, shadow under that one. You know, I think I'm gonna put a shadow going this way so that it looks like my sun is coming through that little piece there. That looks kind of nice. Then I'm gonna go in. Isn't this fun? Now, since my light is coming from that angle, I'm gonna make this color on this side a little lighter, and I'll show you how to do that. What you do is you take your brush and you take that mushroomy color that I made, and then you just throw that in. It's just gonna be a little lighter because the sun is hitting the light, this side of it. So I could take a little green, put that in there, a little this yellow, make it a little lighter. And I've got 2 minutes. I can't believe it. I'm so excited. I think we'll do another painting for the next one, or maybe we'll finish it. I don't know. But I'm gonna throw this around here. A little bit different color greens is nice too, because you don't want all the same color greens. You know, you wanna flish it around, move it around. So I have a couple different greens. You can go over here and make an entirely new different green, okay? Just with different color blues and yellows, you can make lots of different color greens. Like throw that around. I can throw some over here, kind of looks nice. But again, you want a few different color greens because then it starts to look like the light is hitting your painting. Do I love this painting? Nah, but it's so fun. And I'm gonna make it great. I'm gonna add some yellow and I'm gonna put some more up here and make little shapes. A lot of painters, it's impressionism, which means the light is flashing around and going everywhere. So you can see my light is kind of, I just don't want it to go over my windmill, because my windmill is in front of my background. So I don't want any of this green to touch that, okay? And I'll slowly just throw around some more green. Minute left, not bad. I don't like the gray in the sky. I'm gonna switch it. And I don't know why we don't have windmills here. Maybe we don't have canals. I don't know. Happy Mother's Day. Mother's Day is Sunday. My dad gave me Red Sox tickets. I can't believe it. So it'll be me, my husband, and my son and my daughter. And we don't do a lot together because poor Tony works 6 days a week. And, you know, he's a great dad. Very busy, though. So it was so nice that my dad said that. I'm adding some more white on the top of my clouds, and it's kind of looking nice. You want it to look nice and crisp at the end, and you don't want too much texture back here. So any texture, you want to get rid of that in the background because the texture should be in the foreground. Okay, and it's looking really nice, moving that around. Okay, if the cloud goes over the windmill and it's a foggy day, it could go like that and it could go into there. That's another way to make things look like they're farther away. So thank you for tuning in. I'm so excited. One thing I forgot is a hashtag. I didn't know what that meant. I'm like, what is hashtag Florida? Hashtag flamingo? Hashtag sunshine? What are people doing here? Are they bragging? And my friend Heather said, Dawn, you don't know what that means? I said, no. This was last Tuesday. I go, no. What does hashtag mean? She goes, it's plugging your business. I go, I've been open for 5 years and I didn't know what a hashtag was? This is crazy.